They're doing this by removing sections of the Offences Against the Person Act, which is there to protect people from offences. And it would just mean, so sections 58, 59, and even for Stella Creasy, section 60, it will mean that women will be able to have abortions at home through these pills sent to their homes by post up to birth without any type of offence. And particularly for Stella Creasy's amendment, it will also mean that they can conceal the birth of the baby. And so therefore, either before, during, or after birth, that baby can be killed and the body disposed of without any risk of prosecution. And so this is outrageous. But the way they're framing it is in a way, oh, women shouldn't go to jail for having abortions. They're framing it in a way that puts fear into kind of the earlier abortions. And the reasons there's been some prosecutions is because women are having these pills by post really later on, and it's outside of the current law as we stand. So they rather than ensure that, you know, women are abiding by the current law, they're trying to kind of make it even more liberal so that women can have abortions up to birth. And so we really needed to raise awareness of this. And Walthamstow is where this MP's constituency is. We decided to go there, and we found that the people on the street were not for what she's planning, and they were, you know, quite shocked, to be honest. And so, yeah, it was about 35 of us from different pro-life organizations. We stood there very, very peacefully and simply showed images of babies in the womb from 8 weeks up to 12 weeks. And the simple message, protect babies and no right to kill. So, yeah, it was an effective day.
You mentioned the word hijack there. What steps would Stella Creasy have to take in order for this to come into law, in order for the laws to change around abortion and the limits around abortion right up to pregnancy?
So these amendments would have to be passed that have been put through for the criminal justice bill, and which is going to be discussed either next week, Tuesday. And basically, the reason we use the word hijack is they tried the same with the police bill as well. They've been trying this for years, just attaching it onto multiple different bills with the complete aim of complete decriminalization of abortion. So abortion, you know, up to birth for any reason, that is their goal. And they're saying that, you know, abortion should be a human right. Yeah, so that's why I use the word hijack, because, you know, it's not really to do with the criminal justice bill.
How much public support do you think movements like that have in the current climate?
Unfortunately, it's a very loud, small proportion of people who are avidly pro-abortion. So in terms of her bills, actually, even BPAS, the British Pregnancy Advisory Service, are not for the removal of Section 60. So, and we found just from speaking to people on the street that many pro-choice people, and even seeing it online with the Carla Foster case, where her baby was killed at 8 months, pro-choice people often say, no, that's a bit late. You know, that's a bit too much. So in terms of late-term abortion, there's definitely not support for that widely.
How would you advise Christians who want to put forward the pro-life point of view to do this in a way that's as loving and as Christ-like as possible?
I think the simplest thing that we can all do is share the facts and show the truth, show the reality. And what we do as an organisation, Centre for Bioethical Reform UK, is simply that. We share the images. As an image of a 8-week, 9-week, 10-week baby in the womb. When people see that, it changes everything, because now we're just showing these are the victims. This is what is being aborted. It's not a clump of cells or pregnancy tissue, as the abortion industry and even the mainstream media would have us think. It's a human being. And when people see the image, you don't even need to articulate that with words. You just hold up the image or share the image, whether it's on social media, whether it's what we do. We have displays, we have public displays where we take these images to the street, and we're not even saying opinions. When we're showing the images, there's no opinion there, you know. It's just, this is the baby. and this is the victim. And we find that, yeah, many people will change their mind, because the reason we've got this quote unquote pro-choice kind of ideology is because there hasn't been, you know, a lot of pushback. There hasn't been a lot of actually sharing what the reality is. They've been suppressing the truth. They've been suppressing the facts and using euphemistic language to hide what's really going on. So when we show the images, it really changes the narrative and changes everything. And, you know, we've seen babies saved as a result of their mothers seeing these images. We've seen many people change their mind. Yes, some people get angry who really support abortion when they see these images. But that's really a rightful attitude, because they're actually being deeply challenged if they become angry at seeing these images. So yeah, I would recommend people can go to our website, cbruk.org/join, and join our movement and just share the reality of abortion, as well as the living images. We also show the aborted images as well, which whilst the living ones show the humanity of the victims of abortion, the aborted ones show the reality of what abortion really does. And, you know, also support this. We need to support many women who have been deceived, many of whom have been deceived and had abortions. And yeah, they need our support. They need our love, and to know that there is, you know, healing and repentance and forgiveness in Jesus, and help those who are in crisis pregnancies, difficult pregnancies as well, to know that there is hope. Again, there's hope. There's always hope with Jesus, and every human being is made in the image of God. We need to, you know, share that message that every human being is valuable, no matter the circumstances surrounding their conception.